Good evening. God bless you. Welcome back to Shekinah Publishing. Quick blurbs. And today we're going to take a step in to look at one of the main characters that's in our first publication, Divine Quest, The Lamb and the Bear. The name of this character is Barak. Barak means bear in the Old Norse language. And he plays a big role in this story. He's just a young guy. He's starting out. He's trying to please his father. He's a Viking warrior, so of course they go on raids, and that's how he's planning to please his father. But his father's changed a little bit, so he's not quite understanding what his father's doing. It's kind of like us sometimes. As we were growing up, we were trying to find our way in the world, and we don't always see eye to eye with our parents. But he gets there on his first raid. His best friend's with him. He's got his crew. He lands. He takes the village, gets a few captives, and one of them happens to be a Welsh princess, which we'll discover a little bit more about her. But let's talk a bit like Barak. Barak is what you kind of view the Viking warrior, this huge hulking guy, and he's not small by any means. And as I said before, his name means bear, which bears can be lovable, and we fall in love when we see them, or sometimes they can be ferocious. If you've seen Brave from Disney's Pixar, but this Barak is conflicted. He's trying to do the things, he wants to hold fast to the old ways. And he's a lot like us as we try to make our way in life. We want to hold to the old ways. We want to try to live up to the expectations in the world. And, you know, that's very similar to us in our life. We want to fit in. We want to be part of the crowd sometimes. And that causes us to do things that maybe we don't always agree with. But then we see a change and we like it, or maybe it's a change in somebody we care about, like our parents or our good friend, and we kind of want to see what they're doing, but we just don't understand that change. Isn't that us too? We try to figure out how we fit in, and I want to point you to a verse that is special to me. I've told you before, Romans 12:1 and 2. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present yourself a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, that which is your reasonable service. Be not conformed to the world. And I think Barack is really trying to do that, as you see. And we do that. We try to conform to the world. We try to hang on to what's important to make it. Are we successful by the world's terms? And we lose sight of being transformed by the renewing of our mind. And so that's one of the conflicts Barack has throughout the first book and as you get into the series. And yes, this is a series. A little bit about Norse society. They were ruled, the chiefs basically, known as jarls, and sub chiefs, and they had their houses, and they were loyal to a fault. I mean, these guys were, there were a lot of good qualities, but they did like to raid and loot, and they were kind of at war with Christianity for the most part because of Charlemagne. Charlemagne came and chopped down and burned their Immersidol, this wooden totem, and so basically that started the Viking raids. They were upset because you knocked down our church. But Brock also has some differences in him. He doesn't see things as he's a complex character. He's not just a big burly guy who likes to raid and pillage. He's really concerned about his father, how his father sees him. He's and hopefully in the first chapter you'll see some things that make him grow on you as a character, but also so you can empathize with him. And I wanted to point that out because we do that. We tend to place ourselves in situations and thought patterns. And if you step back, you'll say, wait a minute, what am I doing? Why am I putting my work first? Why am I putting it? Work is important. It was given to us. It's a mission, but it's not the end all be all. And we'll watch Barack as he grows and learns, and we'll see where he comes from there. But hopefully this intrigues you a little bit about Barack. He's big, about 6'7", about 380 pounds. So he's not a tiny little guy. He is huge, and he commands the respect of his troops, or his men, as he calls them. They're really his father's men. But hopefully this intrigues you a little bit. We're going to find out a little bit about the Welsh lass that he captures, or should I say she captures him. in the next talk. So, guys, hope you enjoy this, and remember to be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your minds. God bless you. See you next time. Bye bye.